Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. We are on a weekend, well I say weekend of Beavertown. It is the second Beavertown beer that I'm going to review this weekend. I'm not used to these long weekends. It feels like Sunday when it's actually only Saturday. I'm not used to having a Friday off. Anyway, the beer in question is this one. It's a favourite of many. It's one that I have tried before but not reviewed. It is Beavertown's Neck Oil Session IPA. Now, it's a long time ago since I tried Neck Oil, and I don't remember it being brilliant. At the time, I was thoroughly enjoying your big double IPAs, triple IPAs, stuff that really smashes you about the face with the hop train, and I remembered Neck Oil being a little bit kind of lacking, and back then I just thought it wasn't great, but I didn't take into account the fact that it is a session IPA. It shouldn't be held in the same kind of regard as beers that are much higher in ABV and therefore body and hop content and da-di-da-di-da. So, a little while down the line, we have another can of Neck Oil with a slightly more expanded mind, shall we say, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more constructive about how I view the beer. So let's crack her open and see what we get. Now, the pour I expect to be very pale. Crikey, that is very pale. Very, very, very pale. There we are. That's a lot. Now, it is straw coloured, very, very pale. A touch of haze, you know, a little bit of haze on that. Tiny amount of carbonation. We've got about a finger of white head that's relatively consistent. Yeah. Aromas are slightly tropical, and doesn't actually tell me anything about the hop content or what to expect. It just tells me that it's a 4.3% session IPA that you should drink fresh, do not age, and it's brewed and canned at Beavertown Brewery in North London. Yeah, that's it. 1.4 UK units in the can, no expectation of flavours or hops or malts or anything that's contained within. But, like I say, the aroma is ever so slightly tropical. Lightly hopped aroma, a little bit sweet on the finish, almost like a popcorn type of finish to the aroma. As for the flavour, yeah, it's not a million miles from how I remember it. There is, as I suggested on the aroma, that there's that popcorn type flavour going on. That's weird. I'm not used to that. It's lightly hopped. Little to no carbonation. A little bit citric here and there. It's a sessionable IPA, albeit lacking some of the things that make a really good IPA great. I mean, I'm going to say this now. I had a can of Lupuloid earlier on today, and that was far and away my favourite Beavertown beer, and that particular batch, awful. Absolutely awful. This is better than that current batch of Lupuloid. It's light, it's refreshing, it's cleansing on the palate, slightly dry on the finish, subtle tropical notes, and like I say, citrus flavours and a strange kind of popcorn finish. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, let's give it a bit of a score. Because I've done it before, I don't need to analyse too much of the flavours. I've done that, been there, got the t-shirt, not literally mind. I need to get some brewery-based t-shirts and hoodies and whatnot. I don't have any. Most of mine are music-based or sport. Anyway, Neck Oil Session IPA. Would I go and buy it again? Do you know, I probably would. I paid about £2 for this from Sainsbury's. Yeah, that's right. Sainsbury's is now a stockist of Beavertown beers. Some of the main lines, Neck Oil, Gamma Ray and Lucky Lloyd, are all in there. So yes, I would go and buy it again over the current batch of Lucky Lloyd. I'd never thought I'd hear myself say that. Anyway, would I rush out and buy it again? Nearly. I'm going to give Neck Oil Session IPA from Beavertown a 3.75 out of 5 on the old Untapped scale, which is a pretty damn respectable score. Back then, like I say, I thought it was just distinctly lacking in almost everything, but I didn't appreciate the subtle nuances of a sessionable IPA, but now I do. So there we are. That's what we have. A very light in colour and ABV beer that tastes alright if you like lightly hopped, popcorn finished with a little bit of citrus in the middle IPAs. This will be right up your alley. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching. This has been Beavertown's Neck Oil. I've been Nick and I'll see you again soon. Bye.